O resto eu vejo depois, talvez, pode ser que uma mina firmeza possa trombar no rolê. É isso, deixa comigo, é só seguir o sentido e despertar. Eu explico florido, mas não, pera lá, deixa eu falar, né assim. Para mim tem que ter valor, é só chegar. Ó fita, ela não confia mais em mim, acredita. No conto das minas que pra mim foi mó chica. Tava tudo claro, mas a cena complica e a saudade fica. Então já era, já era, já era. Não beijo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Porque quando eu me vi nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois. O resto eu vejo depois.
Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at Houston. Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Lawson in at the point. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Johnson the screen. They set the pick. From deep, Thomas. That's good. Thomas got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now the feed to Modiunas. It's deflected. At the elbow, Harden. Ariza with the bucket.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Lawson against Thomas. Down low. Charity stripe shot. Here's Towns. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's Harden. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now.
Oh, nice. Strong drive there. If that's who's going to be guarding him, then he's got some weight to throw around.
The three from Thomas. Rebounded by Howard. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. Last season, we saw Modiunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Modiunas drops both of them.
And Modiunas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the inside. And there's the 3-second violation.
And Montañez is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in. Here's Montañez. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Ariza goes in and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for them. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Outside Thomas.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I'll tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
It's Harden with the drive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Harden against Martin. 5 to shoot. The shot by Lawson. Wide open. Off target from outside. Kicks to Martin. Lets it go with a three. That's good. Martin's got himself on the board with 3 there. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Lawson dishes to Montañez. Harden draws the double. Pass to Lawson. They get it again. Ariza goes in. Another shot. Howard kicks to Lawson. The three. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Johnson the screen. Outside Thomas. And Johnson now top of the key. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And it's sent back by Howard. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of this.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Prince comes in for Joe Johnson. Muhammad, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Levine subbed in for Thomas.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Bean passes to Johnson. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And he gets it to go. Chandler's got his first basket. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Bielitsa is checked in for Minnesota. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Beverly dishes to Chandler. Ball's knocked loose. 5 on the clock. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. To the middle. It's Bielitsa. And Capella sends it back. From 10 feet out. Jones kicks to Thornton. Lays it up and banks it in. Thornton's got his first bucket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. He's much better off making him go to the line. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Beverly, the pass to Chandler. Beverly with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
It's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
LaVine kicks to Bielitsa. And that is good. Bielitsa's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Tie game in Minnesota. And we'll be back in just a second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
It's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
So on the floor for Houston. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Harden, that's good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Ariza with the bucket. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's LaVine. Lawson defending. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
He kicks to Howard. Back to Lawson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trails James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
He feeds it to Yunus. Back to Lawson. Harden left side. Goes up the baseline. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And Thomas, here we go. Martin again. It's Lawson. Martin dishes to Jang. Down low. Here's Johnson. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint. He's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Lawson. And he banks in the layup. Lawson's got 4 this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Howard in the post. Jang defending. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Johnson attacking. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Johnson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Johnson the screen. Jang with the screen for Thomas. To the paint. And Dang gets it to go. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Chandler. This is to Thornton. Houston needs to get a shot off. From 15 feet away, the Rockets with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 4. Johnson outside. Passes it to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Martin wide open. He fires. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 6 points for Kevin Martin. Beverly the pass to Capella. And that one is stuffed right through.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And a switch here also for Houston. McCollum's checked in. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Levine. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pass to Towns. Prince outside. The shot is off. So Houston will take it the other way. There's the dish to Capella. Inside. Out to Chandler. McCollum passes to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Capella. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Levine kicks to Towns. And the layup's good off the glass. Towns has got 8.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Timberwolves leading by 3. He dishes it to Muhammad. No good on the triple. The Rockets have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. A 3 from McCollum. To the right side. That one a little long.
Their free throw attempts have really fallen off here in the second quarter. Not as aggressive.
They're settling. They've got to keep getting the ball inside. Create some balance offensively. I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Beverly wide open. Got it from 16 feet. Beverly's got his second bucket of the game to go. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now the pass to Levine. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Here's Towns. An amazing shot, just barely beat. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Minnesota on top, up 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, front him, double him, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Johnson is out there with Johnson. Then it's Gorgie Dan. Then there's Martin. And it's Thomas in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Saunders. Johnson the screen. Thomas kicks to Martin. Offline with his 3. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
Thomas goes in to the inside. Jang. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 6 assists now in the game.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Johnson dishes to Johnson. Nailed from three-point land. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
From deep, it's hauled in by Thomas. Timberwolves leading by 7. Johnson, the pass to Martin. And that one's good. Martin's got 8 points.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
Rockets ball.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Here's Howard
Timberwolves foul
to halt the run, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and LA that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
Thomas goes in, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
To the middle. It's tipped. Here's Lawson. Finished off the break. Lawson's got 9.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's Thomas. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Harden kicks to Lawson. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Lawson against Thomas. Dishes it to Johnson. Banked in off the glass. He's got 8.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Feeds it to Moniunas. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Johnson. And it's an 8-point Minnesota lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Lock at 6. Lawson. And again, the Rockets good for 2. Minnesota leading by 6. Outside Thomas. Johnson with a screen on Lawson. Thomas dishes to Johnson. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Here is Harden. Screen by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Harden. From 15 feet away. Rebound, Minnesota.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
Here's Beverly, and it's blocked. They recover it. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Thornton. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And for LaVine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, LaVine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne. You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Beverly, the pass to Capella. To the inside. Muhammad with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Prince kicks to Bielitsa. Now the feed to Muhammad. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Second team foul.
Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player he showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Muhammad's got 4 this quarter.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans have given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Jones. They set the screen. LaVine kicks to Bielitsa. It's rebounded by Houston.
And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the height he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
Jones dishes to Capella. Deflects the pass. Here's Prince. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those in this game could...
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Timberwolves lead by 11. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Rockets trail by 11. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Houston. Patrick Beverly out there with Thornton. Then it's Jones. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Capella in at center. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chandler. The rebound by Prince. Timberwolves leading by 11. Levine kicks to Towns. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
First personal foul.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Johnson, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Johnson comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Muhammad. And Thomas subbed in for Levine. Beverly, the pass to Capella. Kicks it to Jones. Houston moving it around. Over in the corner, Chandler. In the corner, Thornton with it. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Thomas. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
And Minnesota has possession here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And that's now 9 points for Johnson. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Pass to Capella. Trying to find Chandler. He's got it now. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. That's going to send Wilson Chandler to the line. Joe Johnson picks one up.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Martin with the bucket. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And here's Beverly. Chandler outside. Down low. Here's Jones. And the rejection by Jang. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverly. Passes it to Capella. He kicks to Chandler. He feeds it to Jones. Soft touch off the glass.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Martin for 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Pass to Capella. Back to Chandler. Now the dish to Jones. Over in the corner, Beverly. Clock at 4. 14 feet away. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Substitution on the court.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. And Thomas, here we go. Here's Dang. Back to Thomas. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Harden. On up the court. And he gets it to go. 17 points for Ariza.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Outside Thomas. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harden with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Lawson kicks to Harden. Launches it. No good from Lawson.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Lawson dishes to Ariza. Back to Lawson. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Towns sets the pick for Thomas. On the wing, Johnson. It's rebounded by Houston.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Ariza no up. Minnesota leading by 12. Martin with it, and it's Harden picking him up.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Johnson. Prince comes in for Johnson. And Levine subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Harden gets to Ariza. Back to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. 9 feet out. And again, the Rockets good for 2. Well, there are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Rockets trail by 12. A shot by Harden, wide open. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And 11 points for James Harden. It's tipped. Martin attacking. He dishes it to Levine. It's Bielitsa. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
And the first one drops. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in, and so Levine nails both of them.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch 4 was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a 3. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA.
Here's Harden, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. The young fella's wearing the rim out.
Levine passes to Muhammad, and he gets it to go.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Harden. Feeds to Moniunas. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Muhammad.
Second team.
The first one falls.
James Harden. At the line for two.
And both free throws good for James Harden. 7 seconds left in the fourth. And Muhammad has it in the corner. No good. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.